AI is a super hot topic these days, from ChatGPT this to ChatGPT that, AI this, AI that. You get my point. It's everywhere, and a lot of people are nervous. They're not too sure about what lies ahead in the future, and many people are scared about losing their jobs, which is, you know what, totally right, and I get it. It makes sense. Now, one of the things which I don't find a lot of people talking about right now is AI and use for leading and leadership, because people out there believe that it's like AI on one hand, leadership in the other, and the two shall not meet. But today, what I'm going to talk about is basically how I, as a leader, actually leverage 3 tools that are AI and AI based as a leader, to lead my teams more effectively. All right. And we're going to answer the question like how you as a leader can actually leverage AI tools to help you lead more effectively. Okay. So let's dive into this. So the first tool, of course, is the one that is the most well known. It is ChatGPT. And if you've not used ChatGPT, it behooves you to go ahead and check it out. You can grab a free version of it. It is limited. You can only use it for so much. I do use a paid version, which is $20 US a month, for a little bit more expanded features, plus basically unlimited interactions with it. But what you want to look at with ChatGPT is, think of it like this. It is basically someone else you're talking to, but that person has the ability to do anything almost, or research anything for you. And that's how I use it. I use it for my research. I use it to draft things for me. I use it to edit things for me. Because I will tell you, one of the things is that I'm actually not a great writer. So I use ChatGPT to actually edit my newsletters for me, because, I am not necessarily a great writer. Or what I'll do is I'll get it to actually draft emails. So if I'm sending out a group email, everybody, I'll say, hey, ChatGPT, I want a email. It is based on this theme. So maybe it's about thanking the team for their hard work for past year. I'll put in some key bullet points that I want it to hit on. Maybe add in some metrics and some numbers, and then at the bottom say, summarize, finish it up with the following, what have you. Maybe it's like, have a great new year. Thank you for all your hard work. What have you. You get the point. Boom. And ChatGPT will do that for me. It'll draft the email. I can go ahead and say what tone, professional, funny, relaxed, charismatic, you name it. It will do it for you. And you can even go back and forth with it to edit that email. So that's just one way I, as a leader, use ChatGPT. I use it for helping me basically drafting up these, emails, newsletters, what have you, to enable me to send it out, quicker, easier, and so forth. Now, there are some other ways that you can use ChatGPT as well. So, for example, if I go and I draft up that newsletter or that email, what I'll do is I'll get it to look at it now from the reader's perspective by saying, now, from the reader's perspective, analyze this letter or newsletter and tell me what questions they may have, which should have been answered, what may be unclear, what may be, which could be misunderstood, what have you. And what that does is basically what we call in the Army, it red teams for you what you had it draft up or what you had drafted and provided to it. So that's a great way actually to use ChatGPT. So it enables you to red team things before sending them out, okay? And make a better product in the end. So that's tool number 1. That's ChatGPT. Tool number 2 is a fantastic tool. I love it. I love the team that's made it and supports it. This group are fantastic. This tool is called CastMagic, C-A-S-T Magic. And full disclosure, I'm going to drop a link for it in the comments or in the post, depending on where you're getting this content from, which will be an affiliate link for it. I love this tool. It's fantastic. Now, the difference between CastMagic and ChatGPT is with CastMagic, I take a recording of some kind. So 90% of the time, it is my podcast episodes, and I upload it to CastMagic. And with that, CastMagic gives me a whack of different things. So first thing it does, it gives me a transcript of it, which is where I get my transcripts. I'm providing the show notes for my podcast episodes. But as well, it can give me whatever type of information I want from it. So from a podcast episode, and don't get me wrong, wait for it, I will get into how I use this in a leadership role, okay? But from a podcasting standpoint, it gives me my timestamp overview. It provides me my show notes. It provides me with a newsletter. It provides me with social media posts. It provides me with all the metadata I need to put in my WordPress to create the show notes. You name it, it creates it. And you can go ahead and put in a prompt. And the cool thing is with CastMagic is all this interaction is just encased in just that one recording. Okay? So it's all about that one recording. In fact, I will use CastMagic to generate. So if you're reading the description for this video, CastMagic has helped me generate it. All right? Because I've uploaded the video and has provided everything to me. So that is, how I use it from a podcasting standpoint. Now, you can also, you can have set prompts, i.e. give me a social media post based on this or a newsletter, give me an outline, what have you. But if you want something which is, generic or not generic, but just for this one specific thing, it has a chat function built into it. So just like ChatGPT, okay, CastMagic will do the exact same thing. The difference is with ChatGPT is that ChatGPT goes out to the entire internet to get its information, whereas CastMagic is only looking at that recording that you're using. That's super important. It's going to focus all of the content that it creates on that single recording. Now, how do we use this from a leadership standpoint? There's a few different ways that I use it from a leadership standpoint. So if you've been following me for a while now, I will tell you that I use it to help me craft my newsletters. The ones I put on my LinkedIn newsletter, my blog, on my website, it helps me craft those. So my interviews with my guests, I use that content to help craft my newsletters based on those interviews. As well, how I can use it from a leadership standpoint is that I actually use it for my coaching. So I record my coaching calls, and then I take the audio and I upload it to CastMagic. And from there, it will give me an outline of the call. It will give me key deliverables from both myself as well as my client. It'll talk about key themes. It'll talk about key pressure points that I need to focus on. It will give me whatever I want it to do. And I've set CastMagic up with a number of different prompts that it gives me all the time. It is focused at a coaching standpoint. Now, what does that enable me to do as a leader? It enables me to be completely present. Okay. Before CastMagic, and this is true for both podcast interviewing as well as coaching, what I found myself doing for a long time was I was constantly, split focus. Focus on what either my guest or my client or my team member was saying and taking notes. Now, if you're recording, essentially you have the note taker there with the recording. It's going to give you everything you want and then some out of it. So now I can just focus solely on the other person on the other side. And that has made it such an effective tool. It's made me a better interviewer. It's made me a better coach. And you can use this for your leadership. If you have a remote team, you can go ahead and you're having these one-on-ones Or even if they have an iOS app, you can go ahead and record it. Or you can upload a recording from your phone even. Just, let your other person know you're recording this for notes purposes. And then take that recording, upload to CastMagic, and it will go ahead and generate whatever content you're looking for it to generate. Now, the cool thing is that, I talked about how I generate newsletters out of CastMagic. I'll take that newsletter and I'll move it over to ChatGPT and I'll get ChatGPT to edit it for me, put it in my tone because I've given ChatGPT my tone to make sure everything jives. And as well, then I'll do my final editing. All right. You never want to take any AI content that's produced for you and just simply put it out there. It just does not work. Right? AI will give you a solid 85 to 90% solution, but it will not be the 100% solution. And you definitely don't want to lose your tone and your voice. Okay. So that is number 2. That's ChatGPT. Or sorry, not ChatGPT. That's CastMagic. Again, I cannot recommend this tool enough. I'm pretty sure they have a standard trial, 15 days or what have you. Try it out. Use it for yourself. You will find it is fantastic. And I think that tool runs for about $49 US. There's different levels. Actually, I think it's around 23 or so. But nonetheless, try it out. Affiliate link is included because I believe in it so much. And I use it so much. I'm at the top tier because I use it so much. That's how much I use it. Okay, and now the final number 3 AI tool that I use to help me with my leadership is my own. Actually, believe it or not, I have my own AI tool, which I have very originally, whatever, I've called it ScottBot. I know, super original, right? But it's super cool. So it's not my own as in I developed, but I'm partnered with a company that enables us to basically make our own AI tools. Now, let's look at ScottBot and how it differs from ChatGPT. So as I said earlier, ChatGPT has the entire world at its fingertips. The good, the bad, the ugly. It will take all that information and it'll basically give you the average of that information. Hence, all the disclaimers and stuff, right? The difference with ScottBot is I've decided what information it gets access to. So similar with CastMagic in that, CastMagic only looks at a specific recording. ScottBot only looks at specific content and the content I've given it. So 408, I believe, in counting podcast episodes are in ScottBot. Okay, it has access to all that information. I've uploaded all the transcripts to my podcast episodes to ScottBot. So I've also uploaded a large number of other resources, just too much to list, but the moral of the story is it is 100% vetted by myself, the information that ScottBot has access to. And I can use it for all kinds of things. For example, like I was planning out one-to-one meetings with my teams and I wanted to make an agenda. And I was there, I was like, did it. And I was like, I took it, I copied it into ScottBot and said, hey, here's one-to-one agendas, which I'm working on for my teams. Look at it. Let me know if there's any points which you believe I'm missing. And sure as heck there were. Because we're not perfect. We're human beings. And this is the beauty with AI. We're using AI together to lead better. Okay? I was going to have a difficult conversation with one of my team members. Threw it in ScottBot. I'm like, hey, here's the situation. Here are my thoughts. Here are my points. What are some points that they may challenge me with? What are some things I may be missing? And so on. And sure enough, ScottBot came back with some great points, which I hadn't considered at that point. So you see where I'm getting at. It is a tool to use to help you with your leadership and your leadership journey. It's not replacing me as a leader, but rather it's assisting me and it's augmenting the skills I have. Because there's lots of skills in me. The problem is accessing all these skills all the time because we don't remember 100% of the things we've learned in our lifetime. Some things come and they go away and they come back again, okay? And preparation is huge. So I simply just go and, hey, ScottBot, this is what I'm thinking. This is the situation I got. This is what I'm trying to do. What are your thoughts? What are some action items I need to do? What are your thoughts on this situation? What should I consider before moving forward or making a decision? And it helps me because it has access to vetted information. Yes, you can do the exact same thing with ChatGPT. You'll probably get a 70% solution, but the thing is, it is giving you information from the entire world, advice, guaranteed, proven quality information. And that's the difference between ScottBot and ChatGPT. So this is how I use AI in my leadership journey. I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you're using AI, if there's any tools out there which you recommend, or if you've learned something from this video/podcast episode, because I would love to know. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, as always, lead, don't boss, and take care now.